What is up, my beautiful ninjas? How you doing today? Lacrimosa is almost here, and today we are gonna go into her kit details, what you need to level her up, her best recommended arcs, team setups, all the works. Without further ado, let's dive in. To level up Lacrimosa from level 1 to level 80, you gonna need 17 Lost Whispers, 18 Obscure Whiskers, 15 Paradoxal Whiskers, 86 Confessional Flower Seeds, and 525k Beetle Coins. When it comes to her skills, you're gonna need 96 Dreamless Seeds, 40 Lost Whispers, 40 Obscure Whiskers, 64 Paradoxal Whispers, 40 Hesitation of Waves, 42 Suspended Whispers, 65 the Second Selves, 35 Dress Sleeves of Vanity, and 1,818,000 Beetle Coins and 38,400 Fawns. Now, when it comes to her kit, her basic attack, Sweet and Sour. Lacrimosa has two interchangeable basic stance you switch via the aim button. You have Tomato Metal, the frying pan stance. Swings a frying pan for up to 5 consecutive attacks dealing chaos damage. The second hit launches a projectile that can be detonated by a follow-up attack for extra explosion damage. And then you have Tomato Precision, the red jelly stance. Manipulates red jelly modules for up to 5 consecutive attacks dealing chaos damage. And then you have Flavor Variation, the stance switch. And Tomato Metal tosses the frying pan and perform a forward flying kick dealing AoE chaos damage and switching to Tomato Precision. In Tomato Precision leaps into the air and slams the ground dealing AoE chaos damage and switching to Tomato Metal. And then you have her, her plunge attack, critical repulse, and you have her special Nightmare, which is a dot that is applied to the enemy, and then every hit applies Nightmare, stacking up to 10 times. Multi-hit attacks can stack multiple layers per cast, and it will deal damage every second for 3 seconds, and the duration is extendable via Awakening, which we'll get into later. Up next, skill. Okay, skill 2, Morning Tomato, throws numerous unfinished Esper Contras dealing 1 instance of chaos damage to all targets in range and applies Nightmare, and can combo directly into the 5th hit of basic attack. Now, the redirect skill, Devilish Gift. Hold aim on an enemy to deal damage and learn their combat technique. Temporarily replaces Morning Tomato upon casting, creates an imitation construct that replicates the learned skill with matching effects during duration matches original. You cannot move during the cast, and you can cancel or switch characters. And you do take damage if hit. Learn techniques are permanently saved and can be swapped or forgotten to restore the original skill. Now we move on to her ultimate, Working Day Judgment. Changes basis on current basic attack stance. If you are in the Tomato Metal stance, you summon trucks that deals 10 instances of AoE chaos damage and apply Nightmare. If you are in the Tomato Percussion, I've been pronouncing that wrong all this time. Percussion dismantles a vehicle dealing 5 instances of AoE chaos damage and applies Nightmare. And then we have the support skill, which quickly manipulates an Esper contract dealing 1 instance of AoE chaos damage. And outside of combat, you can also dodge to transform into a bat and fly freely. Her passive, Tomato Banquet. When Discord triggers on an already broken target, deal additional damage equal to 400%. And then Sleep In during skill cooldown, using basic attack 5 times grants 1 extra Morning Tomato charge, triggers once per cooldown. So you probably will want, in terms of skill priority, basic attack, and then ultimate and skill you can level up pretty equally. Now, when moving on to her awakenings. A1, Clock Out Clemency, increases nightmare damage ratio by 50%. Skilled or Awakening 2, Rise and Shine, increases Lacrimosa's damage dealt by 15% for 15 seconds when she enters using a support skill. Or A3, Molten Ice Cream, triggers all accumulated nightmare effects on target at once when the 5th hit of Tomato Metal or Tomato Percussion lands. A4, extends Nightmare's duration to 6 seconds. A5, prevents Nightmare stats from being removed when the target is healed and reduces the target's max HP by 200% of the damage of a single Nightmare instance. And then lastly, A6, Morning Spell, allows Lacrimosa to automatically cast her support skill and trigger the corresponding cycle without cycle rate accumulation when switching to her from any character that can trigger as per cycle, Nova, Scorch, or Discord within 5 seconds after casting Devilish Gift. So I've heard about her A6, and if you want in the long run for your Lacrimosa, because normally she's just a DPS. But if you like Lacrimosa and want to use her for a long time and you in it for the long run, getting a dupe of her and would make her a pretty good like support character for triggering reactions and stuff. So if you can afford it, definitely get a dupe and equip the A6. Now we move on to her recommended arts. Obviously her signature art, The Last Rose, will be her best in slot. Moving along to her second best in slot, it would be Youthful Fantasy, aka Daffodil's Engine, which will, if you don't know, it increases the character's base attack by 570, attack by 30%, and then the unique effect is, it will also apply 60 break strength. Alright, and then after that, the next best option would be Fluff of Fleetingness, which is the battle pass, and one of the battle pass engines. It's gonna increase your basic attack by 512 and then increase crit damage by 44%. And then the passive is increases attack by 5% every second while the wearer is the active character up to 5 stats, and then it resets when the wearer leaves. Her best console is the Diabolos, which increases chaos damage by 10%, and then the 4-piece ignores 12% of the enemy's chaos res, but it ignores 24% of the enemy's chaos res for 20 seconds after the wearer participates in Nova or Scorch reaction. And then her main stat priority will be, when it comes to main stat priority, you're probably gonna want crit rate or crit damage on the cartridge, whichever one you need more of. And then on the actual Tetris blocks, you're gonna want attack percent, universal damage, crit, cycle intensity, you know, all that good stuff. Attack or flat attack. And then lastly, when it comes to team recommendations, you're gonna want Lacrimosa herself, and then a combination of these characters, whoever you have: Badia, Daffodil, Sakiri, Hynel, or Adler. Those are probably going to be the main 5 you want to pair her with for constant reactions. And then in terms of the Daffodil, for those who don't know, is a break focused character who help break the enemy quick and basically helping Lacrimosa do more damage. But my ninjas, that is it. That is all I got for you. Lacrimosa is gonna be insanely strong. I plan on going for. But if you enjoyed the video, you already know what to do. Be sure to slap that like and subscribe button right in the bare cheek one time. Just like how you want to slap your favorite NTE waifu right in the bare cheek one time. Leave me a comment telling me whether or not you're pulling for Lacrimosa. And until next time, ninjas, roll out.